Good morning, good morning. It is Phoenix Amore. Okay, hold on, let's adjust this just a bit. So you see, my whole point with putting up these non-Photoshop regular videos is because, girls, let me explain something to you as you get older that a lot of people don't explain. When you have the kids and all that, and your stomach has been stretched and all that kind of stuff. Even drinking a whole lot of water, you'll have a pooch or this or that or however you want to say it. So when you're putting up the videos, and I'm not afraid to show, girl, you can go see who's photoshopped, because trust me, if somebody's had some kids and see they busted a couple of them already because they were like, now you know your stomach not that flat, and people started looking at what I said and saying like, oh, she is right, look right there, they did Photoshop. Ain't nobody's stomach that flat after they've had 2 and 3 kids. That's just real. So that's why I like putting my little videos. If you notice when I'm cooking, you're going to see my little water pooch. And then the next morning before I've worked out and drank all that water, you'll see, okay, her stomach's a little bit more flat. That's just how women's bodies are once you've had kids and you get older and all that. So don't get a complex. Even some of the young girls, time of the month, y'all know y'all get bloated. Don't let them fool you, make you crazy, like your stomach's supposed to be that kind of flat after you have kids. That's just not real. It's stupid. So let me move on into something that I wanted to address. Okay, so you already know when I put certain pictures up, right? I do that because I'm about to pull you into something where you have to understand why it is I take steps back or forward in situation. You cannot deal with stubborn people and keep your sanity. I'll explain to you what I'm speaking of with the second X. When we had this son of ours that was going through the behavior issues, and I kept saying, why don't you at least try him living with me? You guys have heard this before, so it's not about a rehash whining session. This is where I'm taking you to where I put this picture up the other day. So they didn't want to try the things that we suggested. The only thing you can do with people like that is get quiet. Now, that's going to turn into, well, she must not care. But if you notice, that's like a yo-yo all the time with some people. Like, no matter what I do, I can go here, he's going to pull this way or pull that way. I don't have time for that. So I'd get quiet, okay? That's called keeping your sanity for a while. And so you understand there's no guilt involved, again, when there's text flying and all of what I didn't do for blah, blah, blah. It does. We're past that now. That's what's like, listen, just do this or this is not gonna happen. That's where I've gotten to with him, because understand, before when I was nice, here's some articles I'm trying to tell you, why don't you have him try to live with me? Fine. Behaviors stayed an issue for them with him for a very long time. So I put that picture up because all of a sudden you got some revelations for some people at that rec center. Like, those are the two that, oh, those are the two that don't live with her. Why am I saying that? Because the day that I took them to the rec, especially that first day, right? Kids were playing. That one started throwing that basketball at his brother and at X, at both the brothers. X in the middle of a game, and I'm seeing them, and I watched it just for a little bit, explain to people. I'm going to explain to people why I'm watching, because understand sometimes there are gaps in our visits. So I'm trying to see how he's acting, to see, has he made a lot of progress from all the stuff that they tried on their end for him not to be that way. Now, all children have some kind of issue. So this is not even a video to embarrass. This is not a competition between the kids. It's really simply the mom looking, going, all right, let's see how much his behavior has changed. So he's chunking the basketball in the middle of the game. I'm like, I want to. So I'm watching. And then I'm like, I'm wondering, does he realize how bad he could hurt somebody? Now, some of that's just being a boy, but some of that, when you see how it was happening, you can see where you go, okay, that's over the top. And then how he was being, you saw that. So you could assume, wow, she does not know how to manage her kids. Sweetie, those are the two that don't live with me. That's the key there. So you'll have some of the folks that are at the rec that did not know what the 2 sons that live with me look like. See, y'all get confused, right? And you hear me and you see me on my blog writing about my sons and this and that. Y'all didn't know who was who. But the one you saw, that's the one that lives with my second ex. So imagine this. This is after years and years of trying to give them solutions. Now, they're not listening. I tried to email the psychiatrist a couple of times. I'm like, I'm trying to tell you what part of the issue is. Now, at some point, you stop fighting. That's where I got to now. That's why you see me chill when he's throwing whatever kind of accusations at me. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Extortion of the children. I put a picture up. So that's why you see this is not antagonistic that I'm putting the picture up. I'm putting the picture up so he can realize, dang, people were really looking like, what is this boy doing? That's the truth. Those are the two that don't live with me. So now with him, second X has to understand something here. These are the things that I've dealt with when he comes to visit. Now, I'm seeing that early on. That's a day or two, and people always say, yeah, it takes Cat a day or two to get him, the son that acts like that, to understand she is not the one. So it takes me, if they're here for a week or two, by about day 3, he's calmed down enough to know, yeah, I can't play her. That's the thing that people need to understand. But guess what element you have that's added to it now? If it's 1 or 2 days, it used to be that excuse that, well, when they go visit her, they come back and they're acting like this. So everything that I've done had been very strategic. I won't see them for some months. I literally made that decision. I'm not going to see them. Now, perception would be from other people. She doesn't care. She doesn't love them. No. It got old to have been the scapegoat all that time about why the anger, behavior, the aggression was from them. Now, when I say them, those 2 boys, and I love them to death. I'm telling you why. Because the oldest of those 2, he's like, yes, you know what? We are getting better at handling our angers, and this is what we're doing now. And I liked hearing him say that. It was a beautiful thing because that's him understanding. And it's called transference. And this is the thing that I was trying to say. I'm like, listen, when I talked about taking you back, people, listen very clearly. Everything I said, well, let me have the one, right? Come stay with me when all this stuff was happening, because he was hitting on his brother, wilding out on him. I'm like, okay, that's going to spill over, and that other one going to start having anger issues because, boom, it happened just like that. So now you have both of them having to go through anger management and all this kind of stuff. These are all the things that kept happening. You can only see what you said 100 times happening before you just get quiet. And that's why you see me put that picture up when I'm literally just sitting there like, when he sends all them flying texts about blah, blah, you telling me you didn't do this? I'm just sitting there like, yeah. So anyway, now everybody knows you don't have all the details. You have enough of the details, because the whole purpose was to make people feel like your life is not as uncommon as you think. But never make assumptions about people, because you never know the whole story. Take care.